All right, we're on hole number 9 in the Winter Slopes tournament. We're in Monday's practice round. So let's go to our bag real quick. I'm just going to grab the clubs I know that I'm going to need. As far as balls go, going to need a bigger ball. We'll start off with a Titan. Let's go check the hole out. All right, so goal number 1 is to get way down here. That's a tough shot in itself. And then goal number 2 is to get that second shot on the green so that you have a putt for eagle. The albatross shot here is very, very low, but your goal is to get up here and be on the green for that eagle shot. So you've got to have both things happen. You cannot make any mistakes on this drive or you will not be able to achieve that second shot. So we got to have a great first drive down here, and then our work is still not done. Now we've got to get our long iron or our wood to get that ball onto the green, and it's a very tough shot because we're bringing a big dog, which has got distance, but it doesn't have ball guide. So we're trying to do the bounce over here, and it doesn't give us all of the things that we'd really like. But you're going to find if you don't bring it, you're going to end up not having enough club to get up there. So big dog, extra mile, and a Titan. We're bringing the big boys out. One of the things I like about this tournament compared to the last tournament that we played is the last tournament you pretty much had to pull out a special ball. If you wanted to make the shots easier on yourself, you could make the shots easier on yourself by pulling out a 4-power ball or pulling out a 5-power ball. You could, so that you could be more consistent. This course isn't requiring that. Ah, they took the trees out. Wow, there used to be trees in here and they took all those trees out. And they've shortened this hole up. Man. So we're not going to put a lot of topspin on it here. We're going to put, I don't even want to put 2. I'm going to start off with about 1 3/4 topspin. We're at max club. There's 4-2, so we're just a little over 2 rings. We're going to apply a little bit of curl to get that to come back into the fairway. Isn't it perfect? Not a lot, because we don't want to come back so much that we end up making the corner and ended up in that rough up there. We would probably be better served if we were closer to the rough up here, but when you're taking this first shot, it is, you will feel sick to your stomach if you hit that shot and end up just even an inch in that rough. It is so much better to be in the middle where we're at and have the second shot than it is to press the issue to try and get 2 or 3 extra yards and end up in that rough. Now our opponent's going to try, they're exploring the thing about blasting through that rough and ending up there on that little spit. If you can make that shot to get over there, you have an awesome second shot. But that trying to get over there is going to be a max overpower. You've got a very small little area to land at the very end of the run where you have the least amount of control. I would say it's going to be a low percentage shot unless you pull out a big, big ball. I think this afternoon in my other account I've got more balls in that account. Some of those shots we're going to try them because we need to explore them just so that we can see how our game plays in those areas. Because we have to explore all of our options here because there's going to be too many people that are going to go for those shots and we can't afford to let them get a leg up on us. Okay, this is 2 per ring. So there's a 3, there's 3. It's 2.1 or 1.9. Oh, hit it great to the left. It's going to put me in that rough. It's going to bump that rough. But that'll be all right. And that really, right there, Is a high 5. Yeah, that's where we want to be. You obviously want to give yourself a little bit more roll in to the hole, but that shot right there is very eagleable. I mean, we're going to be, you know, our chances of making that shot are pretty high. So I'm not too upset with that, but that wasn't exactly what I wanted to achieve. And I'm not a big fan of what our opponent's doing here. Not the ball adjustments. I'm not happy about where they're setting, how close they are to that rough. I would want my orange ring to be out, and then if I had to, I'd put some curl on it to bring the ball back over to the spot that I want. But they're leaving the wind in it, and if they do a max overpower, they're gonna be in front of that area, so it shouldn't bother them. But they're still, in my opinion, too close to that edge. Let's see how close they were with this first bounce. See how close they were? If that would have been a great shot to the left, they would have hit the rough right there. And there was no reason for them to do it. They could have moved it over one more ring and put a little teeny bit of curl on there, and it would have compensated for it, and it would have made that shot almost foolproof. And we definitely would have made that shot. That's definitely a makeable shot. Come on, Daisy girl. Down the hill and in the hole for an eagle. The first shot on this hole, they've changed that. They've shortened that up. They've made this hole more eagleable than it used to be. Let's go back and look at that hole real quick. There used to be a line of trees in here, and those line of trees jacked this shot up. That shot that I took from over here, where I was in this area coming around, you used to not be able to get up that high into that side, and those trees were definitely, even though they were on this side of they were right along in here, you couldn't come at it. It took a bunch of angles off. The only way that you could get past those trees if you were over here was you kind of had to S-curve it around. You had to start off on this side of the sand in order to take the trees out of play. It seems like they shortened this up a little bit. We used to have to work just a little bit harder to get on the other side of that, and with those trees missing, this hole's actually become a lot easier than it used to be. So laying up out here, you can see where my red line was. I couldn't even get all the way to the tip of that. So if you're out here in the center, fairly close to the end, you're going to have a nice little shot, no more than 2 topspin on your big dog. And even if you do clip the rough just a little bit down here and roll out of it, you're going to be on that little fairway patch and have a nice little chip in for eagle. All right, that was hole number 9 of the Winter Slopes tournament in the rookie division, Monday's practice round. Thanks for watching.